Ho ho ho! Merry Christmas, everybody! This is the Sliders Review, and I'm here today to talk to you in the month of December, since it is Christmas time and the holiday time, about Community Season 2, Abed's Uncontrollable Christmas. This was probably the very first episode of Community to ever truly step outside the box, in a very bizarre way. Some consider the first paintball episode the first one to do it. I feel like that changed the game, but this one is the one that was truly something different. It's a very interesting episode because it's done all in claymation. When I first saw this, I thought it was just like CGI, but no. When you do the commentary thing, they say it is stop motion claymation, like those old Christmas movies and stuff from back in the day. And they had a consultant, which is funny because the dude who is a character on the show who plays Starburns, Dino, he actually does stuff like that on his like spare time. So he was a consultant for it. And so they put everything together and they filmed it, and it came out really good. The faces look kind of bizarre a little bit, like Shirley's and Pierce, their faces looked okay, and I think maybe Troy's, but everybody else just looked kind of strange. And so, like, yeah, it's a really goofy, odd episode. This is the episode that truly depicted Abed as being nuts in the head. Like there's the thing about Abed. Abed is really smart. He's socially awkward, but the dude has a screw loose in the head. Like, he is nuts. Like, we knew he was nuts from being obsessed with TV, but this is the time when he literally saw everything in claymation, and he's pretty ruthless in this. If you try to like stop him, like, the dude is literally nuts. Like, he has some true like mental issues, but they played off as just like comedy. And of course, nowadays this would probably never happen because of the awareness of mental health and stuff. But Abed is truly, and then when we go past this season and like next season, you truly see just how nuts he is with the whole Darkless timeline thing, and Inspector Space Time, and lava on the ground, and like a fort. It's just like you realize now he's not joking. He really sees like all this stuff. So the episode starts off and they're all in claymation, and so like he walks into the study room. He's all like, "Don't y'all see?" And they're like, "See what? That we're all stop motion and everything." And they think he's nuts because of course he is. And he's the one who made this imaginary world. Now here's the thing: everything you see going on in the study group, in the parking lots and everything else, that's actually happening in real life time in the show's reality, right? When you get to the imagination world, that's just all them sitting around the study table and them imagining that stuff is happening. So he breaks out in the song. He starts singing like the theme song and everything, but in the Christmas type version. And so he's jumping around on people's cars outside, and next thing you know, he gets tased. Because this is happening in real life. He's really believing everything that he's in a Christmas movie and stuff. And then so the dean is talking to him and Jeff and Britta. Jeff and Britta are there because they're like his parent figures and stuff. He always looks up to Jeff, and Britta always tries to be like the mom to him and stuff. And he's not taking this seriously. They tell you need to go to therapy, and he's all like, "No, I don't think I do." And Britta tells him straight up, like, if you don't get help, they will kick you out of school and everything. But he's refusing to. And so then somebody comes to him and tells him that, they found the meaning of Christmas and everything. So he goes into the study room, and of course it's a therapy session, an intervention with the counselor dude. And so like he's not happy at all about this. And they're literally trying to like help this dude out. And so then they have to play along in order for him to confess what's really going on, because something is bothering him, but he doesn't want to say. And so, like, and it's weird that he celebrates Christmas because he's Muslim and everything, but he just loves Christmas. He tells them, like, every year, his mom comes to visit on like December like 7th or something like that. and they watch like Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer together and stuff. And then so like the counselor dude, he's like, all right, look, we need to play along to help him with his therapy and everything. But you can't say the word therapy around him because then he gets pissed and stuff. And so he's all like, I'm not like a counselor. I am, 'cause Duncan's a counselor, dude. So he's like, I'm a Christmas wizard, and we're all going into a spaceship, and we're all going to planet Abed and everything. So that's what you see. You see them turn into a wizard. You see them like going to like a different planet and stuff. And Abed's like playing along. Like the dude is seriously mental and stuff. And so then Abed's all like, y'all need to get into the Christmas spirit. And then he changes everybody's appearance. He made Jeff like a jack in the box. And he has no feet, just a box. Britta is a robot. He makes Annie into like a ballerina that you have to like twist in the back. He makes Troy a drummer boy. He makes Pierce a teddy bear. Now this is when Pierce had broke his legs and he's in that little wheelchair thing. So he's now a teddy bear. And he makes Shirley into a baby. She is pissed because all she has to wear is a diaper. And I just now realized she's a grown naked woman. Or they show her top, but it's in baby form, and she's just wearing a diaper. And she is not happy at all with this. And she's all like, Abed, since I'm like the only person who knows the meaning of Christmas because you all believe in different religions, I'm pretty sure you meant I was something else, like an angel and not no stinking baby. But then she makes the mistake and talk about his pretend therapy. He ain't happy. So so Duncan is all like, oh no, you can't use that word. So Duncan gets rid of her. And so he's all like, you're gonna get like, he freezes her. And then he presses a button and a robotic pterodactyl comes in to take her away and everything. And so after that, she just leaves the study room because she's all like, oh, I can't be here. I'm gone. So she's gone. And then Jeff's all like, look, man, can we hurry this up? Because I got a hot date to bang and everything. Now, what people don't know at this point in time, the person he was talking about was Britta. Those two apparently started hooking up, but nobody knew it in the second season. And then so because of what happened in the first. And then so like Abed's all like, oh, you want to go on your date? So he's thinking himself, I need to get rid of you. So he has the humbugs come swarming in. And he's all like, they hate sarcasm. So then Jeff becomes sarcastic again. And then Jeff gets eaten by all of them. And then when he gets eaten by them, like all you see is his bones. But it's so fun. He's all like, oh no, I need to go get laid. So every time somebody gets ejected from the study room in Abed's imaginary world, they sing a song and everything because it's Christmas. So everybody's there, and then now they're on some kind of like magical train. However, when they was in the cave, Abed wants Duncan out. So he makes him relive his childhood, which really upsets him. And Abed keeps bringing up Christmas. Like, who'd you like hang out for Christmas? And was it your father? And he's like, no, my father left me and something, and some big emotional thing that happened to Duncan. He has a nervous breakdown and he gets upset and he runs out the room because Abed need to like get rid of him and stuff. So now they're like on a train. And so it's just Pierce, Annie, and Troy left. And so, and Britta. But Britta keeps trying to like tell him like straight up, dude, like, you need help. They're gonna kick you out of school. I'm here to help you. And then so he doesn't want to hear that. So he ejects her out of there and stuff. Then Duncan comes back. He's all like, ha, Abed, I know the truth. You can't hide from me no more. And Abed's like, I don't know what you're talking about. I'm finna go on top of the train. He's all like, we're not on a train. We're in the study room. So then he teleports on top of the train. And Abed's just like running on the train. And it gets very dramatic. And it's like so cool. Like it's a real movie and stuff. With the music, he's all like, I went to your dorm room. I saw what's on the floor. I know like why you're acting this way and stuff like that. And I forget what happens, but I don't think he gets to tell because Troy and Annie like tackle him. Now Pierce is in the restroom at this point in time, and so like oh no, maybe Duncan does. But anyway, I'll just see what happens. My bad, to clear my throat. he sees like, oh, no, I'll tell later. Anyway, they tackle him and he's all like, what are you doing? You're attacking me in real life, you delinquents. And so they drag him out the study room. And then I think like the train that they separate the head of the train from the rest of it. And so I think it like drags off or maybe it explodes or something like that. I don't know. So anyway, Abed like goes into warp speed because he's trying to find the meaning of Christmas. And then Pierce comes back and he's all like, I don't want to be home all alone for the holidays and stuff. And so this is when they try to like redeem Pierce a little bit in the second season. And so like they go to some place and he finds like the meaning of Christmas in the form of a DVD and it's lost. And then Duncan comes back and he's all like, I know what's wrong, Abed, and Abed still don't want to hear it. But then he tells him straight up, I went to your dorm room and I found a note. It's from your mom and everything. And the note says that, she's not going to be able to make it this Christmas because she's with her new family and he needs to accept that. And one day he will meet them and stuff. So she remarried and she had a new kid and he's upset about that because they spend every like Christmas together and stuff like that. And I understand that he's upset and I understand that he loves that tradition because it's a tradition, you know what I'm saying? It's something he's been doing since his parents got divorced. But he's a grown man. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like, get over that and stuff. So then he's upset and he kind of like freezes in a catatonic state in real life, but he's like a frozen icicle and everything. But then his friends magically come back after they got like ejected out. And then they all like gang up on Duncan with their imaginary like toy guns and shoot out candy canes and singing a song. And it's just bizarre and weird. And then Annie gets the pterodactyl and make it explode. And then so Abed awakens and he realizes that the meaning of Christmas is just being with your loved ones and stuff like that. So they all go, so he goes to his place and he's watching like a movie. They all come in and they watch the movie with him. When he turns the TV off, if you look real close in the TV's reflection, there you finally see the real cast in their real form. That's the only time you'll see them like that in the show. Now I forgot to mention Chang. After he was about to get expelled, he goes outside and he makes a snowman. And then the snowman starts talking. He's like, oh my God, you're real. I made you come to life. He's like, I'm not a snowman. I'm Chang. Like he literally in real life put snow around Chang and made a snowman. Oh boy. So anyway, the end credits is something bizarre with him and Troy. And they're eating. And then they're in Abed's. So this is what's confusing. Where are they at? It doesn't look like Abed's dorm. And Troy is staying with Pierce at this point in time, and they don't have their apartment just yet, but they're somewhere. And this is alluding to next season when they do get that apartment, and because it looks very much like it. And so Abed is it's all like, why are we still stop motion and everything? And Troy's all like, oh, it's cool, I made this happen. So now Troy is being delusional and stuff, and he's all like, I just love the way like animation food looks and everything. And then they take their heads off and put them on each other. And they all like, and they do the whole Troy and Abed in the morning thing. And it just ends. And it's just kind of like, Abed is nuts. That's all I took away from this. But his friends are nice enough to be like, pretend to make him happy. You know what I'm saying? It's just weird that they go to that extreme just to make him happy. And to celebrate Christmas, because none of them celebrate Christmas. That's something I said before. Like, it's interesting about this group. They don't celebrate Christmas, but it's kind of like, when one of them persuades them to, then all of a sudden they do, you know what I'm saying? And it's just kind of weird. And then this is also more when Troy just started going along with whatever Abed does. It's almost like Troy doesn't do what he wants to do. He just does whatever Abed wants. And this got brought up in a couple of seasons from now. I think when he starts like dating Britta and stuff like that. And so it's literally, the Troy character is literally just Abed's like sidekick and everything. He did have an identity at first in the first season in a couple of episodes, but then they decided to partner those two together. And when they did, he just became like Abed's running buddy and stuff. kind of like how Shirley and Annie became like partners until they started the whole Annie Jeff thing, and then they started like hanging out more, and then Britta started hanging out with Troy more. You know, it was kind of like that Cartman relationship from South Park where he didn't want a girlfriend, but he still just had one anyway. And it just they just started bopping things around. That's when the show just started getting weird, and it was just so out of like place. And then of course Chevy left, and then Donald left, and then Yvette left, and it's just like everybody just started leaving the show, and then the only three remaining cast members were there, with bringing in new people, and the new people just never fit. So it was a great show for the first two seasons. Third's okay, it's just all right. But after that, I just did not like this show no more. I like I only own the first two seasons on DVD. I'm probably gonna watch the third on Hulu. I will never watch the fourth to whatever season it ended on and stuff. And it's surprising that it lasted that long. I think it lasted to 6 seasons, I believe. Bah humbug, that was a good episode. All right, everybody, I'll talk to you later. Bye.